Hey explorers, it's Justin again. This International Geographers Conference has been amazing. I've heard geographers from all around the world speak about using spatial thinking and the 5 themes of geography to address global challenges. In fact, let me finally introduce you to one of the world's best geographers, Dr. Robert Atlas.
Hey explorers, great to meet you. After hearing how much you and Justin have learned about geography so far, I think you're ready to help me on a project I've been working on here in Japan. Like many large cities, Tokyo experiences air pollution. As a region that is home to near 37 million residents, healthy air quality is really important. City officials have asked me to analyze factors that contribute to air pollution here, decide if it's a major concern, and propose sustainable solutions to improve air quality. I've already gathered a bunch of data about the issue to help us tackle this mission.
This sounds like the perfect opportunity for us to review the 5 themes of geography, spatial thinking, and geospatial technologies. Let's get into it. As we begin our mission, I think it'd be helpful to start with the theme of place to find out what's causing Tokyo's air pollution.
Great idea! I've provided you some information about the city in your lesson guide for you to analyze. As you do, consider how human and physical characteristics of a place contribute to pollution.
Based on this information, we can infer that human characteristics like industrial activity probably contribute to much of Tokyo's air pollution. Plus, Tokyo's the most populated city in the world. With all those people comes a lot of movement. Transportation probably contributes to pollution too. And Tokyo's physical characteristics make the problem even worse. Mountains and hot air trap pollutants in the city.
We should use the theme of location to pinpoint where those major industrial and transportation centers are located. I've provided coordinates of these places around the city. Can you plot those coordinates on the map so we can try to identify patterns?
Let's see. The Tokyo Railway Station is located at 35 degrees and 40 feet north, and 139 degrees and 45 feet east. Those two lines intersect here. After plotting all of the coordinates, I noticed that most of the industrial and transportation centers are located along Tokyo's coastline. That makes total sense because Tokyo is a major trade hub.
All of this talk of transportation and trade has me thinking about movement. We should look closer at the movement of people and goods into, out of, and within Tokyo to see how it affects the air quality. Take a look at these charts in your lesson guide to make some predictions about how the movement of people and goods contribute to air pollution.
After analyzing that data, I was surprised to see that cities like Shanghai and Sao Paulo experience a lot more movement of goods than Tokyo. We already know that cargo ships contribute to air pollution, so I bet those cities will have a lot more air pollution than Tokyo does. But I also noticed that people in Tokyo seem to prefer sustainable modes of transportation. The combined total of sustainable options like walking, biking, and public transportation outweigh the amount of individual cars. I wonder if that makes a difference.
You really are becoming a great geographer, Justin. Let's shift to the theme of region to see if your predictions are correct by comparing other urban areas around the world. Head to your lesson guide to check out this global air quality report to see how Tokyo's air quality compares to these other cities.
Hold on. When we looked at movement, we saw that the port of Jakarta handles nearly half the amount of cargo per year compared to Tokyo. But its air pollution is worse. Tokyo's air quality actually seems better than many other major cities.
Interesting. We've already predicted that sustainable transportation plays a role in that. But check out this government report from 2003 when the city created air quality control regions. How does this help explain why our predictions were wrong?
It seems like the government is taking action against air pollution, which is clearly improving air quality here.
Definitely. But there's more. I recently interviewed a member of the Japanese Ministry of the Environment. I think this interview will give us more insight into why Tokyo's air quality seems a bit better than we expected. Look over the interview transcript in your lesson guide to evaluate some sustainable initiatives that have been implemented here recently.
Looks like they've been investing in things like renewable energy and implementing stricter industrial emissions standards. These are some excellent sustainable solutions that are clearly helping.
So let's return to our mission goals. Do you think air quality is still a major concern for the city? What sustainable solutions could you propose to residents and city officials in Tokyo to continue lowering air pollution?
Based on the data we've analyzed, it seems like Tokyo's air quality challenges are part of a larger global pattern in urban areas. But the sustainable responses being implemented are already helping to reduce pollution levels in Tokyo, regardless of their large population and industrial activity. So, to continue improving their air quality, the city should continue to invest in sustainable projects like renewable energy, green spaces, and public transportation.
Now that we've explored the issue using the 5 themes, let's apply spatial thinking to dig even deeper into the issue. Spatial thinking is key to analyzing patterns of air pollution across the city. We're not just looking at where pollution is, we're understanding why it's there, how it's spreading, and what might happen in the future. By applying the 5 themes, we've already been thinking spatially about this problem. Now, think back to what we've learned about scale in our last lesson. How have we already analyzed Tokyo's air quality problem at the local, national, and global scales?
Well, at the local scale, we analyzed which parts of the city are most affected and why. At the national scale, we evaluated how Japan's environmental policies are improving air quality in Tokyo. We also looked at the global scale by comparing Tokyo's air quality to other cities across the world.
By understanding the causes and effects of poor air quality at different scales, we get a fuller picture of the problem. But spatial thinking is just the start. We need to use geospatial technologies to really analyze the data. How could we use GPS technology, remote sensing, and GIS to study this issue?
GPS would allow us to accurately locate pollution sources, like factories, very quickly. We plotted those coordinates earlier to identify high-risk areas. But with GPS, we could have had that data in seconds. Next, with remote sensing, we could observe Tokyo's air quality from above using satellite imagery. With these images, we could monitor pollution peaks and trends over days, months, or even years, which would help us predict future air quality issues and come up with long-term solutions. Now, what about GIS? Earlier, you compared all sorts of data relating to this issue. With GIS technology, we could layer the locations of those physical and human characteristics over a map of Tokyo. We could compare the spatial distribution of things like air quality measurements, the locations of factories, and the locations of sustainable green spaces with areas experiencing high and low levels of pollution. Geospatial technologies are super powerful. They give us a comprehensive view of issues and, more importantly, allow us to create data-driven solutions to address them.
By combining the 5 themes of geography with spatial thinking and geospatial technologies, we've been able to get a complete understanding of Tokyo's air pollution and how sustainable solutions make Tokyo's air quality a bit better than other major cities around the world. I'm impressed by your geography skills today. I think you can officially call yourself a geographer. Remember, geography isn't just about studying the world, it's about using what we know to make it better for ourselves and future generations. You've got all the tools you need. Now it's time to put them into action.
Thanks, Dr. Atlas. It was awesome getting to work with you. And explorers, I'll see you in our next unit, where we're diving into physical geography. Until then, keep exploring. See you next time.
Hey.